What's going on, Capricorn? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of December 28th through January 3rd of 2020. Happy holidays, happy new year, happy birthday to the Cap Suns. It is my birthday week, actually. I'm a 10-degree Cap Sun, for anybody who cares. So happy birthday to the other Caps out there if you're watching. And if you're Cap Rising, well, let's just jump into the horoscope. Well, this is a big one. We have that full moon that's going to take place this week in Cancer in your 7th house with the sun in your 1st, of course. This is the first full moon with a moon dignified in Cancer without Saturn, without nodes, without eclipses because the nodes aren't there, and without, Jupiter and Saturn together. So, especially Jupiter over the last year. So this is a big deal. This is definitely like purging emotions of relationships, of what people want you to do internally. Like, you definitely want to make sure that you're connecting with people that bring you a harmony and a balance. If people are trying to take you out of that place, this is a week where you're going to know it, and that's not part of the news story. That's not where you want to go. It's not going to feel, there's not going to be any harmony if other people are controlling your emotions. It's about emotional sovereignty with this full moon. And you being able to be in your identity fully, to know what you want emotionally, and to connect to the right people that do bring that balance and that equal sense of power and emotion. Mercury, of course, is in your 1st house as well, and it's going to sextile over to Neptune in your 3rd. I think you have to really express your identity this week. Like, express what you want to move forward with in life. And, definitely this could be interesting, I would say, with Neptune in the 3rd, like not knowing what your mind really wants or being illusioned of the stimulation that you want, but it's got to be about you in a sense, and like moving forward with what makes you feel right when it comes to other people as well. That moon's also going to trine over to that Neptune after the full moon, so it's sensitive dealing with other people for sure, but make sure that you're focused on, how you're going to move forward in life right now. And Neptune's squaring the nodes. You got that North Node in your 6th house, so it is about putting the work in. It is about making things happen, especially with Jupiter and Saturn in your 2nd house. Like, it's about setting the foundation of what you want to build and finding that ultimate self-confidence. Saturn's your ruling planet. So how can you find the self-confidence to not look at yourself and doubt yourself? You got to really move forward with what you want to build. Jupiter and Saturn in your 2nd house for the next 20 years is like, all right, time to go create the most valuable life that you can have. But you got to put the work in, and it starts right now. With Venus here in your 12th house on your South Node, like, it gets pretty dreamy, but it's squaring Neptune, which is even dreamier. Like, in a sense, we got to really focus on that North Node and come back to reality. It can feel good, especially with Venus on the South Node, to just kind of get lost in la la land and like go off into the universe, but it's not going to help us, build the values we want. It's not going to help us with the routines and like kind of find the reality that we want to create right now. And it's about the environment, and we can't get spelled into thinking we can't have the environment we want. So it's important to put the dreams and put the visions to use, to bring them to the environment, to bring them to mind, and then to eventually put them to use, put them to routine, and make sure you're focusing on the health and being of service too. It's time for Capricorns to also be of service by showing people the value and by showing people how to take the risk in life to feel good and to get what they want. Mars, 4th house, it's been a doozy. With the retrograde, it's going to come out of shadow this week. So I think that, this is good. This is like, okay, act on the emotions finally. Like, get everything going on internal, get it in order, and let's move forward as Mars is going to move into your 5th house on January 6th. So this is the last week of Mars in the 4th. So this is a big release. It's hard to act on the internal stuff all the time. It's hard to know what to do with the home life. The warrior doesn't just want to like take care of everything. It doesn't want to nurture everything. The warrior wants to go out and make things happen. So it's almost there. I think that some clarity is going to come with Mars coming out of shadow at 28 degrees on Sunday. And it's going to really start moving into a place of like, all right, it's time to go get things done and self-actualize for what feels good. But this week is more about focusing on the relationships and other people and making sure that you're able to express your truth and not get lost in some dream. And if it is a dream, make sure it's a good dream that feels great. But don't get lost. I think it's time to come back to reality and definitely voice the opinion, voice the identity, voice the things that are going to bring the value in your physical world. Card is, what was that? The 5 of coins reversed. It's like, don't worry anymore. I would say, like, you've done a lot of stuff around the home life. You've done a lot of internal work. Like, you just came out of a Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in your first house. Like, don't worry. You are on the right path. You are the person you're meant to be right now. It's time to build from there. This card's reversed for a reason. Like, it's just not time to worry anymore. It's time to build. It's time to go after things. It's time to take action. Love you very much, Capricorn, and happy birthday to you. Peace.